the third programme in the series, we switch from the roads to short circuit. We're at Kirkistown, situated in the Ards Peninsula, for the Celtic Challenge. The fans, young, very young and old, here to see it, and it's not just local riders who'll be dicing today. Hello and welcome to highlights of the Celtic Challenge, a team event for riders from Ireland, Scotland, Wales and the Isle of Man here at Kirkistown, a circuit which can also be a challenge. Kirkistown ready for the two-leg Celtic Challenge. The event is in its 19th year and the Manx Sword is the prize on offer. And Ireland, who won it last year, are the leaders with 9 wins. 8 riders in each team and men to look out for. Number 36, Steve Ellis of Wales on a 750 Kawasaki. Number 20, comeback man Donny Robinson from Cullybackey, but he qualifies to ride for Scotland. Number 21 from the Isle of Man is Jamie Broughton. And number 4 is Ireland's Michael Swan on a Kawasaki. Highlights of leg 1 now on commentary, Barry Nutley.
Thanks, Jackie. Well, the first of 2 races in this unique programme here today at Kirkistown gets underway, and the pole position man Michael Swan, number 4 on the Kawasaki, storms into a very, very early lead. 10 laps to go, 15 miles. They will race again. Exactly the same people go twice. This Celtic Challenge, the 19th time it's been run, and it's here this year at Kirkistown, and the Irish team have won no less than 9 times in the 18-year history so far of the series. The Isle of Man have lifted the Sword of State 4 times, Scotland 3, and Wales 2 wins, and they're obviously anxious to improve on that double victory. But it's an Irishman leading, Michael Swan. What a superb afternoon he's had so far, and he already is leading by a healthy margin. The team captains nominated their riders for this event, and we had a rider from each of the 4 Celtic nations on each of the 8 rows. An enormous shake. Number 27 there, charging through now, Simon Turner, who had a good ride here in the junior race. Going for third, Simon Turner, past the Scotsman on the Kawasaki, Torkel Patterson, number 89, who is now down to 4th. Third place, Simon Turner. Now, this is a 250cc machine. It's going to be very interesting to see if number 27, Turner, on that yellow bike there, can close on the leading 2. There, Steve Ellis, number 36. Turner, Swan, oh, look at that, that's Ellis, number 36, the Welshman. Turner's with him, and going very hard indeed, John Creeth from Ireland, on another 250cc machine. So this big white Welsh Kawasaki 750cc is coming under pressure from Simon Turner's 250, and he's gone through. The Welshman sat up, through went Creeth. So we have a 250cc going through into second place. Simon Turner on the Honda, and through with him went John Creeth, similarly mounted on an RS Honda. With 1 lap to go now, this battle for second place is John Creeth, number 18, going to get the better of Simon Turner. Well, we shall see. Simon Turner, a wily and experienced racer. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's going to keep Creeth at bay. A tail ender, Michael Swan, number 4, the race leader, going through. Knee on the tarmac, and he sweeps very, very majestically around Fisherman's. A big wheelie up towards the chicane. He knows he's got this one in the bag if he doesn't do anything stupid. The tail ender's going through, and let's look for this battle now. Into view comes Turner, number 27. Creeth is with him, and Rodney McCurdy, number 8, has closed down on them. 2nd, 3rd and 4th. But there's the leader on the left of your picture, the race leader, Michael Swan. But the Kawasaki is smoking. He's going to make it to the finish, but the Kawasaki is sick. A lot of smoke coming out of the back of Michael Swan's Kawasaki. He's only just made it. It wouldn't have lasted another lap. Now the battle for second. Simon Turner has got it. Creeth was 3rd, but this is a sick motorcycle now. On the last lap he had a problem. He's going to push it back to the pits because he knows he's blown the engine.
So Swan, Turner and Creeth make it a clean sweep for the home team. Overall, they picked up 213 points, well ahead of Scotland and Wales, with the Isle of Man trailing in 4th place. And you'd have to assume Ireland would clinch the title in the second leg. Let's see. Here's Barry Nutley again.
And it's anybody's guess as to whether the pole position man, Michael Swan, can do it again. We shall see. That was a cracking start by the number 3, Mark Wright. Mark Wright came through from the second row. He qualified well, but Michael Swan got away. Number 4, Michael Swan, effected a pretty slick start, I have to say. Right with him, though, on the Suzuki, number 3, Mark Wright from Scotland. Race leader, though, Michael Swan again, having a tremendous day here at Kirkistown in the sunshine in front of his local crowd. 77 diving through very well indeed. Sunlight shining here, fantastic weather conditions. McCurdy number 8, number 27, Simon Turner. Turner's going well, there's McCurdy, Rodney McCurdy. So the Irish team now making a really good charge through. Farquhar, a local man, so he knows Kirkistown circuit very well indeed. There's the race leader. 77, Farquhar, now relegated to 3rd position. Just look at the style of Michael Swan. McCurdy up to 2nd, Farquhar in 3rd, Simon Turner, another local man on a 250cc machine, about to do something there. Mark Wright, number 3 from Scotland. There goes Patterson through. Look at the whole gaggle of riders flicking through the chicane. There's the race leader, number 4, with the back end moving. We're going to see now this battle. Has Simon Turner got the verdict? Yes, he has, on the inside. Turner, number 27, is up to 3rd with a clear track ahead of him, and he's going to force away, ride that Honda away as hard as he can down the straight. Farquhar, number 77, now fighting back, but to no avail. It's extremely bumpy on that inside line, and you can see the fairing of Farquhar's machine shuddering there. 4 tail enders ahead of the race leader, but it's easy going. Michael Swan going round a tail end. The tail ender's going to take him wide. That is potentially a very, very difficult time for all of these leaders, the early men in the race, when they come up behind the tail enders, the unpredictability of what they're going to do, and you saw it there for yourselves. It would have been so easy for that tail ender to take Michael Swan into the grass. Flicking it through the chicane, Swan now on his way, on his last lap. The checkered flag is in view here on the start-finish straight, and this race all but over. 2nd place man, Rodney McCurdy. Michael Swan, number 4. Nothing ahead of him now but the checkered flag. A wheelie from the Kawasaki ace. And here he comes, another big wheelie. Delighted with his performance, tremendous. Swan gets the win. Rodney McCurdy in 2nd. Waiting now for Simon Turner, number 27, and 77, Ryan Farquhar gets 4th.
Yes, a tremendous double win for Michael Swan on the Kawasaki. Rodney McCurdy 2nd, and Ireland easily retain the Celtic Challenge trophy. Scotland 55 points behind in 2nd place, Wales 3rd, and the Isle of Man 4th. Michael, congratulations. Nice double for you.
Yeah, it was 2 good races, and got away good. Got 2 good wins. Very happy.
The Kawasaki is obviously flying.
Yeah, well, it's Alan Spence. He built the engine last week. We got a lot of new parts into it, and it's really going good.
Well, there was a familiar face on the grid for the first open race. The open race, including the Superbikes, of course. Not a familiar number today for Joey Dunlop, number 33. Here's Barry again.
That's a very depleted front row, because I was looking for the 250s of Simon Turner and John Creeth. They did not appear in this open race. They're obviously saving themselves for something better, but the pole position man, Michael Swan, the number 4, the green bike, hit the front. The Kawasaki, the distinctive green livery of the Kawasaki, is there out in front. Right with him, though, has gone number 5, Derek Young, who started alongside Michael Swan on the front row. But it's Swan, the championship leader, the man who has almost put the championship out of reach. This the final round in the Open Class Short Circuit Championship, and Swan is out there in front. Young was going well. He started really well, and he's in second place. That's a very big number 4 on the front of that Kawasaki, easily identified. The front 3 are now breaking away as they come round to complete the first of this 8-lap race. 8 in second place, Derek Young in third. There's Joey Dunlop, number 33, on the red bike. This is an extremely quick 2-stroke motorcycle, a huge wheelie as he came out of the chicane onto the start-finish straight. But is he going to be able to close down these leaders on these big 4 strokes? We shall see. At the hairpin, Derek Young running wide, Joey Dunlop taking his time to go in. He's going to have to do something very special as we approach the halfway distance. Dunlop in 4th place. Hey, there's Derek Young, number 5. He's posted the quickest time round here, so that implies, in fact, indeed it states, that he's on a charge. This race would have been greatly enhanced by the presence of the 250cc brigade, but nevertheless, they've decided not to go for it. They're saving themselves, I suspect, for the match races later in the day. This Open Championship now, it's all about Swan and Young in the championship. Young knows what he has to do. McCurdy is in 3rd place in the championship. These are the men who've been battling all season. Derek Young, number 5, he's closing down now. He is 2nd in the title chase, and the man who leads the championship is out in front. As they approach the last lap flag, 1.5 miles to go. Swan, over the line he goes. McCurdy in 2nd place. Derek Young still in 3rd. There's the 2nd place man at Debtor's Dip. And down towards the right-hander of Colonial 1, the race leader, Michael Swan, number 4. Left-hander, Colonial 2. Then the right-hander ahead of him, Fisherman's. He's at it now, very smooth tarmac. The knee, the little slider on his knee, scraping the road, telling him just how far down he is. Rodney McCurdy. A good ride, but not good enough, I suspect. Just half a lap left. Derek Young equally in 3rd place, fought valiantly, but there was no holding Swan. He demonstrated that from his extremely quick pole position qualifying. And the checkered flag will now await Michael Swan. It's being readied as he comes out with a huge wheelie, almost overcooked it. He gets the win and wraps up what has been a very successful season for him.
A start to finish win there for Michael Swan on the Kawasaki. Rodney McCurdy from Brashane, also on a Kawasaki, was 2nd, with Derek Young on the Honda finishing 3rd. A 2nd win in the open class for Michael Swan. Rodney McCurdy from Brashane was 2nd, and the man from Bushvilles, John Creeth, finished 3rd.
It's no coincidence that 3 of the top 4 riders in the 125cc Super King Championship are on the front row. Number 4, Dennis McCulloch. He's currently lying in the championship lead in the Super King Championship. Number 13, Davey McAteer. He is well up as well in the Short Circuit Championship. Number 18, Paul Robinson. And the pole position man, number 22, Phelim Owens, the quickest man around here by half a second. And away they go. That looks as though that's a cracking start. Away they go. This 8-lap race underway, 12 miles. Very quick, and away they go down towards the first left-hander, Debtor's Dip. Now the right-hander of Colonial 1. Colonial 1, knees on the tarmac, round they go. Coming out of there, there'll be a left-hander flicking it through, waiting. It's very close. All of this 125cc action will be close because the bikes are all so competitive. It's Owens, number 22, Phelim Owens, the pole position man, the man who is leading the Irish Short Circuit Road Race Championship out in front. But having gone right with him very, very quickly, charging through Paul Robinson. He was on the front row as well. Robinson, the 2nd fastest qualifier. Look at them, line astern. Now, the secret of riding 125s is to follow in the slipstream, get the toe. Robinson on the inside of Phelim Owens, making a bid at the hairpin at the end of the long straight. Almost 1 lap completed as they accelerate out of the swinging turn down towards the start-finish. Owens, number 22, leads Robinson. Robinson's bike, the number 18 bike, appears to be marginally quicker, diving through on the inside at Debtor's Dip, Paul Robinson. Robinson, number 18, lying second in the Short Circuit Championship and fourth in the Super Kings Championship, which of course includes, as through on the inside goes Phelim Owens, a fantastic overtaking move, and he stayed tight. That was clever. He could easily have gone wide. With a tailwind behind him though, Robinson in the slipstream, following in his every wheel track, up the inside, at the hairpin. Is he going to do it on the brakes? No. Owens cuts across the front, closes the door, and there's the answer. That's the experience of Phelim Owens. It's plain for everyone to see. On the left-hand side, neck and neck, Paul Robinson grabs it at Debtor's Dip. Through he goes, now down the right-hander. It's nip and tuck between these two. Owens fighting back, they are side by side. Not a cigarette paper between the two of them, unbelievably close. Robinson and Owens are having a race all of their own and leaving the rest of the pack in their dust. Robinson might have gone in a bit too hot, he left a hole on the inside, but Phelim Owens, number 22, was unable to get the power on as quickly as he wanted, but they are coming over the line now. If you look at the stature of these two men, Robinson is much, much smaller. Owens, a relatively large figure, not quite so able to tuck it down behind the fairing, but he tucked it inside Robinson and has regained the lead. Owens looking as though he's going to wrap up the Short Circuit title here today at Kirkistown. He's put a tail ender between himself and Robinson. It's all over now, I think, for Paul Robinson, number 18, who has little or no chance, although he closes wildly on the brakes, but it's not good enough. The checkered flag being readied now for number 22, Phelim Owens, with a gaggle of back markers ahead of him. Owens gets the win, Robinson second place, and a long, long way back, almost the entire length of the start-finish straight. And there is a battle now for third. Is it Davy McAteer or Dennis McCulloch? McCulloch gets it by half a wheel. Davy McAteer, a fantastic recovery. The first four men were across the front row. Fantastic.
So Phelim Owens takes it from Paul Robinson with Dennis McCulloch third, all three on Hondas. And that win means Owens has clinched this year's Irish 125 Championship. Phelim, well done. Quite a race.
Very hard race there. Paul was riding extremely hard, and just by good luck on the last lap I got it.
It was so close. Do you get to enjoy it?
Well, I would like a wee bit more of a lead, but Paul's riding really good at the minute.
The second 125 race of the day goes to Phelim Owens. Once again, Paul Robinson was the man who chased him all the way. Owen McNally was third. We move on, and we're ready now for the first Regal 600 race of the day.
Off the line they go, down the start-finish straight, everyone safely away, a lot of jostling, but it's the pole position man hitting the front from the word go. Stephen Ferguson on the distinctive coloured Suzuki. It's essentially blue and white, but it has a fluorescent red fairing and tail section. Number 3, Ferguson leads. Oh, these two now going away. We're also looking hard for the rest of the front lineup. Expect to see Ruddock going well. He's in third. Number 5 going well, Derek Young. Derek Young, the man who is leading and in fact who has already won the Short Circuit Championship. This, of course, the Regal Championship. The formula for these bikes are street tyres. They're essentially road-going motorcycles, and they must compete on road-going tyres. As into second place goes Derek Young, number 5, putting his Honda then between the Honda of the man behind him, Maurice Ruddock, and the leading Suzuki, number 3, of Stephen Ferguson. Ferguson and Young. So Young's on the inside, he's got the power on, he's going for the lead. They are side by side as they come down over the start finish. No, they're not, just in front. It's Ferguson, but now there's a left-hander. Ferguson is on the racing line. Derek Young a little bit rough. There's a bumpy section on the track there as you go into the left-hander, and that can be difficult. The tail ender moves over, but Derek Young showed that when he comes out onto the start-finish straight, he can get the power on the Honda and accelerate a little bit earlier. He's braking earlier. He's letting Stephen Ferguson run longer into the bend. Now he's staying tight on the inside. He's a very canny rider indeed, Derek Young. It's not for nothing he's leading both these championships. Clearly, if he adopts these tactics at every single round, it explains everything. Now, let's just watch this again. As they come up to the right-hander at the end of the straight, I expect Young to go on the left. He's going the long way round. That's incredible. And then cutting across and making Stephen Ferguson, number 3, work for it. But Derek Young then is in front. Is the Suzuki going to fight back? It's trying hard. It's side by side. There's a bit of a wobble. There's nothing between them over the line. The Suzuki is quicker. And is this going to be a replay? Let's see. Is Derek Young going to come on the outside and try the same? Ferguson moved across, blocked the move because he expected him to come through on the left. He stays tight, but he's got to stay tight now because this is where Young drives through, and he's done it again. Watch the Suzuki though. Look how quick it is as they come over the line. The Suzuki has the edge on speed, and that'll be crucial when they sprint for the line. Now it's a game of cat and mouse again. Watch it. Watch Young, number 5. He'll dive inside. Ferguson moves across, but he's got to stay tight on the exit of the bend. Keep it tight, keep it tight. No, he hasn't. Through goes Young again. And this time, as they approach the last lap flag with a little under 1.5 miles to go, again, it's Ferguson who has the advantage. He shuts out Derek Young on the left-hander of Debtor's Dip as they approach the right-hander of Colonial 1. It's going to be an exciting finish. Everybody is on their toes at trackside to this one. Fantastic stuff going on between these two. The Suzuki, though, the number 3 Suzuki still leads, but only just. And he's got away. He's got enough of a gap, possibly this time, to do it. He has broken the toe. Whether, in fact, he can make the superior speed of the Suzuki work for him, and I think he can. It's going to be tight. Derek Young, number 5, is going to have to do something spectacular on the brakes, but I think Stephen Ferguson has done it. There's going to be no catching him this time. Young is trying. He's trying too hard. He put the power on, and he lost the back end. And I have to say that was predictable because the temptation to squirt it hard was there. But there is your winner. He outrode Derek Young in the final analysis, and the number 3, Stephen Ferguson on the Suzuki, collects the win. Derek Young's championship ends, although he is still the championship leader, he ends on the grass. But the winner, number 3, Stephen Ferguson on the Suzuki.
So the win in a really thrilling race went to Stephen Ferguson, and with Derek Young taking a tumble, Maurice Ruddock took 2nd place with Richard Britton in 3rd.
I thought to myself, I'll go down in here in the bottom corner, and if he can outbreak me, he deserves a win, you know. So lucky enough.
Were you aware he'd lost it?
No. Just basically went over the line. I seen that he wasn't behind me, and I realised that there and then I'd won it, so I was overjoyed, you know.
I just went up in a wee bit too hard in the last corner. I saw a chance to go for the win and just lost the front wheel.
Now you came here with a damaged shoulder. You can't have helped that, surely?
Yeah, I was hoping not to damage it again today, but fortunately it was all right. I went down the other side.
The 2nd Regal race of the day, Stephen Ferguson, he should be there again.
Now this is going to be interesting because there's loads and loads of action here. Oh dear me, down to 3rd. Breslin going well. That's pushed Ferguson down to 3rd, so the number 3 Suzuki not having it all his own way this time. That's good news. We'll give you a countdown as they come down over the line. Look at Breslin. Breslin has gone to the front. Number 8 and number 5. Young is down to 3rd. Ruddock is down, Young is down to 5th. Ruddock is down to 6th. And McGrory fighting back on Breslin. 81 McGrory sweeping wide. Breslin, through on the inside goes number 8. Fantastic for Richard Britton. Britton going through. Tooth and nail, nip and tuck. Extremely close, 600 action. McGrory from Breslin, Ferguson and Britton on the green bike going inside of Ferguson's Suzuki and making it stick. No, he doesn't. Ferguson flicks it through the left-hander and denies the green bike the opportunity. Now Ferguson's making a play and he's got the Suzuki up into 2nd. Oh dear me, they go really wide here. They went in too deep and a whole gaggle of them lost their momentum. Not so. Well, Young was one of them. Young, he's there in 5th. Look at these. You could get a tent over the 5 of them as they come down into Debtor's Dip again. Ruddock has gone. Morris Ruddock has gone up to third. Breslin is dropping back. Number 29, Breslin on the yellow and red bike. There's the leader, Stephen Ferguson, on the Suzuki, which appears to be not only more nimble, but it seems to have the edge on power. Kieran McGrory, 81, under some pressure now from the 250cc rider, Morris Ruddock. Not usually out on the 600, but my goodness me, he's doing a good job. Watch the battle for second. Watch Ruddock with a white fairing up the inside, on the brakes. Yes, 250cc action. Corner speed is better. Oh, and he's gone wide. He's overcooked it. He's let the whole gaggle through on the inside, and he's got to do it all over again. Sensational action here. McGrory, Morris Ruddock. Ruddock again, rockets past. Has he overcooked it? Yes, he has overcooked it. Up the slip road goes Morris Ruddock. The adrenaline rushing through their veins. I just have to take a pause and let the pictures talk, because this is fantastic action. Britain is making a bid for second. Number 8, Britain, McGrory, 81. Second place, 81. So the battle now to decide, I won't say the minor placings. There's the race leader, the number 3 in the forefront of your picture now with a tail ender. Disregard the man in yellow. These are the men who matter. Breslin has gone for second. Britain's going with him. McGrory's going to sneak back on the inside, I'm sure. Is he going to get the drive out of the turn? Breslin it is, going for second. There's the winner. Number 3, Stephen Ferguson. Now, which one of them's going to get the verdict? It's Breslin from McGrory. A fantastic race for second. And once again, poor Derek Young out of the running, but at least he stayed on this time.
So it's a regal 600 double for Stephen Ferguson from Carnmoney. Paul Breslin then withdrew because his engine didn't conform to regal regulations. So McGrory gets second with Britain third. Stephen, what a great day at double.
Yes, it was an excellent day. It was a lifetime's ambition to do 2 regal rounds in one day, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing how we go in the rest of this championship, with the next round being at the corridor.
So fine weather, very good racing indeed, and Ireland retain the Celtic Challenge. And with 4 wins overall, Michael Swan, the man from Macramore near Larne, well, he certainly had a day to remember. From all of us at Kirkistown,